This camera is not made for vlogging, but I'm gonna go out right now, head over to the LAN, and try to get some footage, ask some questions about the recent events with Panda, Panda CEO, and Nintendo canceling some big tournaments upcoming for Melee. Talk to the players about the scene at Stevens and how that affects them. Yeah, so it's no surprise that big events are being canceled around Melee. Nintendo has been trying to protect their IP and actually running some major streaming platforms and companies into the ground. So we're going to take a look at how that affects players at Stevens, hopefully shoot some really good footage on some nice CRTs and run that through some effects pedals and really just show why the community is so grassroots and how they bounce back after some big L's from Nintendo.
I'm Lawrence, my tag is Ellen. I play Fox. The recent events, to be honest, I don't think it'll have that big of an effect because, you know, this kind of stuff has happened so many times already.
Yeah.
So many times. And like, if there's a scene somewhere, like wherever I went to school, if there was a scene, I would be playing, like no matter what. Just because, you know, I love the game. Like, to be fair, there aren't that many Melee players at Stevens. So there are like some good players here, and I do want to beat them. Part of it is just pride, like, I could beat them.
And then I've lost it now to a survivor leader after?
No, that's awesome. Thank you.
My name is Matthew, my tag is Liu. I play Fox, I've been playing for about a year and a half now. I picked it up in March 2021. It's fast paced, there's no game like Melee. The first guy I played, how long have you been playing, man? He's like, yeah, I got this like the day it came out. I haven't been alive that long. Like, this game is older than me.
CRTs, analog effects, what does that have to do with a 20-year-old game that is constantly being shut down by its IP creators? Both Melee and the platforms that it's run on, mainly being CRTs, share a common trait in that they could be seen as obsolete, but really they're anything but. In fact, the nature of this footage actually speaks to the niche use cases that both the game has to offer and hardware level effects has to offer. Both at first seem pretty inaccessible, but their end results are organic and astounding. Melee is the type of game where you cannot just pick up and play. There's too many mechanics to learn all at once, and frankly, you'd get shit on. If you're making hardware level electronics, it's not so accessible. I'd say that developing with software is certainly way more accessible than developing with hardware. There's a bit of an intersection between the footage that's being recorded and also the medium that it is actually recorded on. In the end, actually, both a game that seems to be inaccessible, seems to be so difficult to learn, to pick up, and developing effects using hardware, which at first glance may seem difficult, lends itself to an organic end material that is beautiful, that you can find nowhere else.
Melee will never die. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
It probably won't happen at least.
Melee scene is still kicking. Still kicking, like, as it always has been.
Yeah. No, the game's not gonna die, right?
We're not going anywhere.
Just remember one thing.
You
You can try and take our Melee away. You can take my controller, my GameCube, my CRT. I'll tell you something, I'll play Melee in my fucking mind. As long as Melee lives, I will play, and if you take it all, we'll fucking play in a garage. 20 people there, hot, sweaty, bros behind a 7-Eleven for 25 bucks. And that's what it's always gonna be.